All right, good evening, everyone. And I don't remember if I've done this, but for Ohio, but I kind of wanted to show what could happen. And by could, I'm talking about if the Ohio Republican Party decides to play hardball. And they could theoretically draw out the entire Democratic congressional representation. Obviously, there would be a lot of competitive districts, as highlighted by if we switch to the 2008 presidential map. There's only four Republican districts. Everything else is varying degrees of Democratic. That said, Ohio tends to be a bit more Republican now. And as you can see, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of 15 with a blend of 2012 and 2016. Columbus and Cleveland, as well as Youngstown, and then even stretching into towards Toledo. Look at the president in 2016, this one. There's actually three districts, and this is because of the amount of suburban shift that's going on. But as Ohio gets more and more Republican, it's going to start looking closer to, say, Rob Portman's wins. Or, I say closer, but it's going to be somewhere in between Trump's win and Portman's win. And you could see a map like this. So let's actually talk about what I did. Let's start with Cincinnati. And Cincinnati is actually relatively easy to draw out because you don't really need all that much to do it. It's just not as large of a city as I think some people would expect. So it's pretty easy to just say, cut it in half and call it a day. And then you've got, of course, Dayton, which is another area that's pretty heavily Democrat. You can count some parts and just throw it in there. And then push this one and include a decent part of Columbus. Obviously, Columbus I split like this, and it's actually really difficult because Columbus has these really annoying non-contiguous precincts that make it extremely hard to draw in this app that I've got, Dave's Redistricting, right? But it is possible. You just have to be very, very patient with it. Yeah, another good one. Go all the way from the Ohio River all the way up. By the way, here's a good one. New Philadelphia. And all the way into Canton and cover off most of that. The ugliest district is this one, which, ooh, that is an ugly district. I will admit that. They go all the way to the shores of Lake Erie, where I sort of abuse the whole water precinct system in order to make it contiguous. And yeah, it includes most of Akron as well as these parts over here. And yeah, that is a very ugly shape, but it serves my purposes. Toledo is also easy to draw out. A lot of people don't realize that if the Republicans really wanted, they could draw out Toledo without any issue whatsoever. And I did it like this because I thought it would be funny, in all honesty, to include this a little bit with this district. Obviously, here we include a little bit more inland Ohio than the actual district does. The district that includes Sandusky and Vermilion. And then extend it into Cleveland proper. Then we have this district here, which goes from the Ohio River close to, where is that? I guess Parkersburg, West Virginia. No, all the way from really this central part, Marietta, Ohio. And it goes all the way here, skirts around Youngstown, which I've included in this district in order to take advantage of some of these areas right here. Skirts around Youngstown, finds its way winding itself into Cleveland. This district is really weird, but it's got a decent amount of rural areas and all the way into Cleveland again. And then this district is basically where the 14th is, just a little bit different. If the Republican Party really wants to play hardball, they can. That's because the map kind of looks like this. And as you Cincinnati, really, really easy to draw out. Columbus, much more difficult because both larger and the number of non-contiguous precincts is far greater. And yeah, it's a nightmare. Then we get over to here in Toledo, and yeah, it's pretty much all in that one district. Then as you can see, I skirted around a lot of Democratic areas until I got to Cleveland, and then I just started scooping it up. This district, as you can see, goes all the way from super red area and then into Cleveland. This district, as you can see, is just countryside, and then we include Akron. All of this in the Ohio. Oh yeah, these two. This district as well is pretty bad. This district skirts all the way around Youngstown, and yeah, you can see why this would be not necessarily approved of. By the way, here's the maps just to make it super obvious how ugly this is. And the weird thing is, it probably wouldn't be this ugly because I think the Ohio Republican Party is going to draw a prettier map. But it's going to be ugly regardless because I think they're going to try and draw out at least one, maybe two Democrats. Tim Ryan's seat is only Democratic by virtue of Tim Ryan being, well, a good fit for that district. So really, the Ohio Republican Party can probably attempt to draw out the current 9th district. And that would leave the Democrats with only Columbus. And the truth is, if they really wanted to, they could draw out Columbus as well. Now, whether or not it would protect their own incumbents is a different story. And it would also be a question of, okay, how are we going, how much are we willing to, give up some safeness in our own seats? Those are the big questions. I just felt that this map was significantly gerrymandered enough that it warranted a little bit of a laugh. So, anyway, my gift to you is this crime against humanity. And if you like the content, likes, comments, and subscriptions, they always do help, and I greatly appreciate them. Friday, we're going to be talking about the George Washington administration, covering the history of the United States, and we're going to talk about the fact that Washington and Jefferson didn't get along as much as some people would like you to believe they did. And I'll tell you what Washington's real role in the administration was for the first year and a half. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see y'all next time. Take it easy. Bye-bye.